my name is Nacho, welcome back to the channel, and we've got breaking news. Disney's new modern version of Snow White got delayed a year, and that's not all. There's been huge changes that completely alter everything about this movie and how well it will perform. The proud, modern, and completely new take on the Disney classic that literally put the company on the map almost 90 years ago has now been delayed until 2025. This announcement also came with some first look pics of the new doors, and I can spot about 7 big differences.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
What did they do to Lil Wayne? And where are my 7 fantastical tall forest creatures or whatever the fuck they were called? Disney has flinched. They've taken a step back and completely shit on everything that Rachel Zegler has been saying for the past year. So far, I haven't seen any official commentary about it coming from Disney, but for the looks of it, they have given in to the criticism. And unlike how Sony handled Sonic the Hedgehog, when they acknowledged their mistake and listened to what their fans were saying, changing Sonic's face design, which pretty much saved the whole film, Disney slapped together a bunch of poorly rendered CGI Goombas, completely deleting their original modern take on the dwarfs and reversing it into their original concept for the characters that was proven to be successful back in 1937. So all that whining that was done by Peter Dinklage, an already accomplished actor, about how regressive the portrayal of the fantasy dwarfs was in the film, and the subsequent pandering Disney did reimagining them with tall people, completely fucking over the prospects of any real actors with dwarfism, has completely been scrapped and ignored, meaning that those actors that were trying to make their breakthrough into the industry are now left with a nice little serving of fuck all. And instead, those 7 potential roles are being filled by ones and zeros. And the reason behind this change is so simple.
Money.
Disney needs to pull as many miracles as they can to try to save this film, but they won't. It's already too late, and I'll get into why in just a second. First, let's talk about classic ideas.
That the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for.
I beg to differ, Snow Blanca, because those same ideas that are so extremely dated are exactly the same ones the Daily Wire is looking into applying into their own take of Snow White, with a very classic depiction of the character performed by Brett Cooper that we don't know much about because we've only gotten like a 50-second teaser, but despite that, the announcement has had some very good reception from a very wide audience. From what Brett has been saying on her channel, this adaptation is about bringing back those long-lasting values that made the original flick such a hit back in the day, and judging from the behind the scenes, it looks alright. It definitely looks better than Rachel's. It's due to premiere next year, so the spot that Disney had is now being taken by the Daily Wire, meaning that people are going to be seeing this movie first. And even though it might not break the box office, it might just only get an online release. My prediction is that it's going to get a much better reception by a vast majority of the audience than what the other movie is going to get. Definitely by a large part of the conservative viewers that Brett has on her channel that want to see what the original story was about. A tale of bravery with a damsel in distress being rescued by the prince, a formula that has worked for decades. I mean, the Disney remake not only has changed the dwarves back and forth, it also changed the prince. Andrew Burnap, God bless his soul, my man's got to eat so he can't say no to taking this role, it's playing a new character called Jonathan. Who the fuck is Jonathan? Is he supposed to be Prince Florian? What was wrong with the original prince? I mean, we have to wait an extra year because his scenes might get completely cut. Poor guy.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
The role of Rachel single-handedly making everyone hate this movie without even seeing it cannot be undermined. The girl has done work, growing frantically in the opposite direction to everyone trying to promote this movie, and she's even making it hard to people to want to watch the new Hunger Games, saying that this franchise was the first one to portray a female character who was so anti-establishment and so anti-government. Okay, Rach, whatever you say, this chick's career is looking to be cut short very fucking soon. Now that companies across America and the world are starting to realize that the modern audience might not be the most financially viable option. But my point with all of this is that this new change, the new work that's going to go into making the new dwarf CGI, the reshoots that are going to be necessary and probably will just go into changing Rachel's eyeline to fit the new characters, and just the general expense that the delay implies is going to significantly add to the probably already very inflated budget that this movie has, and that's not even accounting for marketing, further increasing the mountain of money that this movie will need to make to not be considered a flop. It's just not going to happen, Disney. Daily Wire is going to step on their fucking cake. The worst and last thing that this movie needed to completely guarantee its failure was competition, because people now are going to have options. Once the actor strikes ends, and the marketing department will allow the actors of this delayed, soon-to-be cancelled movie to go back into making interviews promoting the film, the first opening question is going to be, if the ideas of the first movie were so dated, why change back the dwarves? And I'm going to be waiting for the answer.
Check and mate, you little bitch.
But if you watched this far into the video, leave us a like. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about Brett Cooper's Snow White. And as always, I've been Nacho. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.